Hi everyone, it's very nice to be here. I'm really glad you guys are adults because I got here early to get some dinner before the show, and they were showing Minions, which is fine, but that also means every one of these seats was 3 babies. And it was ugly, so I appreciate you being adults. I'm really glad to be doing comedy anywhere, because like, you ever gone through something really terrible, and while it's happening it's terrible, but when it's over you're in this really weird good mood for like a month because you're not doing that terrible thing anymore? Yeah, exactly. That's how I am. All my comedy shows are awesome now. Because 2 months ago, I did a show at the Rochester Athletic Club, which is a gym, it's not a comedy club, at 2 in the morning for a high school prom lock-in. Yeah, that sound. 250 high schoolers not give a fuck what I was telling them for a half hour. It was a tough paycheck. In fact, you guys are going to do me a favor, just to remind me you're not high schoolers at prom lock-in. What I want everyone to do right now in the audience is think in your head of your favorite swear word. You got a chamber? Because on the count of 3, I want you to all yell it out for me. And there's not a whole lot of you, so you better put some voice into it. They can't arrest all of us, don't worry. Alright, you got it ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes! So good to be telling jokes in front of adults who can buy their own drinks and probably don't live with their parents. Probably don't. I mean, probably don't. That's fine. The odds are higher. Also, interesting fact I learned, if you're doing a comedy show for a high school prom lock-in, and you ask a bunch of teenagers some questions to get some crowd rap at your comedy show, you have to tell them to clap when they answer. Otherwise, they're all going to raise their hands, because that's like answering questions their entire life up to that point. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere. Just a couple weeks ago, I was almost in a car crash. I wasn't. I was fine. Nothing happened. But I was almost in a car crash on my way to an open mic, which is already kind of a bummer. You're not going to get a hero's funeral for dying your way to an open mic. Nobody's going to give you 21 guns for dying your way to tell dick jokes on Tuesday. But as I'm going through the green light, I have. Somebody turns left in front of me. As I'm slamming on the brakes, the only thought that crossed my mind, maybe the last thought I'm ever going to have is, I can't afford this! That's a fucking bummer. Nothing important like, oh, I'm going to be crippled, or I'll never see my family again. Nope, just, hey, working overtime! If you go to the pearly gates with their bank account on your heart, I think they send you to hell for that. Like Ben said, my name is Phil. It's Phil Kolas. It's Greek. Just like the rest of me, ironically. So you think if you translate my name into English, it must mean something sexy and exotic and mysterious. But it doesn't. At all. Like my best friend, he's Arabic. His name is Bashar al-Saburi. If you translate that into English, that means Atonement the Night Shepherd. Yeah, ooh, fuck yeah, right? That's awesome. That's a name for destiny, people. That's a secret ninja killing machine code name. His whole life is a movie trailer. He's got explosions going on behind him. He's got sunglasses and M16. It's summer. No women, no kids. The Al-Qaeda Crusher. Atonement the Night Shepherd. You know what my name is? Philippos Golgithas. Lover of horses, pumpkin farmer. Shit. He gets a bunch of Navy SEALs in the face. I really like ponies and Halloween. We'll go back a second too. That first name, lover of horses. Yeah, you're putting it together. Doesn't mean I like horses. I don't cover my trapper keepers with totally awesome unicorn stickers. I like horses. I mean, I don't, but that's the destiny my parents wanted for my future. Shag and Shepherds, whatever you want to fucking call it. That's a real name in Greece. They named their kids that in Greece. It's like, oh, look at my beautiful baby boy. He's a horse hog if I've ever seen one. Look at those eyes. That's the name my dad picked for me sober on purpose. He's like, why didn't you after King Philip, the father of Alexander the Great? Thank you. Alexander, though, did he? Yeah, didn't want to name you after the greatest badass in the history of the human race who conquered the planet. Not him, his dad. That close. Thanks, Pops. You know what Alexander means? It's Latin. You translate that into English, the one without law. It's tasty, isn't it? Yeah. I'll keep it Pumpkin Farmer last name if you give me the first name of a dude who sounds like he rolled off a Clint Eastwood movie. Instead of the first name I have now, it sounds like a dude whose favorite strip club is going to be the Kentucky Derby. I told that joke at a show once, and afterward this guy came up and he ran up and really excited. He shook my hand and everything. He's like, "Hey man, I think you just got me laid. My name's Alexander." Fuck you, dude. She have a sister with a unicorn tattoo? Help me out, man. I like comedy. I went to college for a little while. I went to college for philosophy, but I didn't finish. I'm a college dropout. Which means my life is exactly the same as if I graduated with a philosophy degree. Yeah, the numbers check out. I've lived in Minnesota my whole life, and I really like Minnesota because it gets so cold. Because then watch this, seriously, because then I get to see my favorite thing in the whole world. Where Minnesota's so cold, we're the only state in the union where the newscaster will come on television with a smile and a tie and tell you exactly how long you have to live if you leave your front door. That's amazing to me. It's like, hey, wait about a minute and a half, or Father Winter snatches the life right from you. Here's Thomas Sports. We're fucked. They don't even do that in Alaska. They don't even do that in other states with violent crime, where people actually die. Never seen New York news like, hey, like about a block and a half for a homeless man stabbed in the face with your hat. Here's Thomas Sports again. Same time, different sports. Good, thank you for paying attention. Yeah, it's alright. Special prizes for people who pay attention. And I think that's the secret of what makes this state special, because even if you're a stranger, we're still on the same team because we've all got something out there that's trying to kill us. And we're at least on board together with that. It's like in World War II, the one thing the Nazis did was get everyone else to get along. So I get to tell my grandkids that I survived the Nazi winter in 2014. Just couldn't tell them that. My favorite story about winter bringing strangers together was a girlfriend of mine a couple years ago. And she told me she was driving home in the snow, and she got her wheel stuck. She's fucking spinning in the summer. She's not going anywhere. Fuck, car stopped. The house she's stuck in front of, the front door opens up, and these two gnarly-looking dudes in sweatpants and wife beaters, walk out of the house. She's like, oh my god, fuck, I'm gonna get raped with drugs. What the fuck's going on? And these two mangy-looking dudes walk up to her car and go, hey, do you need a push? Like, yeah, that'd be great. All right, see you later. And they went back in the house to do more drugs, probably, but they saved my girlfriend. That's my favorite Minnesota story. Minnesota winters, more dangerous than drugs. Like I said, I enjoy comedy. It's a good job, best job I had. But I'm the only entertainer in my family. None of them do anything like this. They've all got 9-to-5 jobs. They're all upstanding members of society. They all graduated college, which I heard is pretty cool. So what that means is that to them, they think I'm the edgy, crazy one. Like, they know what my life is like from the underground comedy bomb shelter movie theaters. I don't know, whatever this is. Like, I want to make something very clear. I'm not the coolest person in this room. I am the coolest person in my family, though. That's not good. I don't want to be the top of the heap like that. Like, I'll give you, for instance, I was hanging out with my family. We were at my aunt's funeral. Her first. See, right? Pay attention. Get the better jokes. Just catch it. Fucking curveballs. And I'm talking to my nieces and nephews, little kids, having like real family talk, right? I'm like, you know, if you ever need to talk to someone and you've got questions about sex or drugs and or rock and roll, you can come to me. You can trust me with that. You can ask me anything you want. And my sister tries to pipe up and help out. She's like, well, I went to college to be a health teacher. I know about drugs. I can tell them about drugs. And I was like, you read about drugs. You know that THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol. You don't know what it's like to be afraid to talk because you're worried your tongue might drown in words. That's Uncle Phil. I already know I'm going to be the cool uncle. It's nice to have that spot safe for me. So what happens now is that all the rest of the family trusts only me with what they think are terrible secrets they won't tell the rest of the family, because I'm the evil one apparently. But none of those secrets are ever actually terrible, and it's adorable. Like I'm talking to my oldest brother, and he's like 4 drinks in, and he's got that like, I'm cheating on my wife whisper to his voice, but he's not cheating on his wife at all. Like it's not even on the same spectrum. So what he does is he'll take my nieces to ballet practice every week. You know, like a badass. And then when he comes to pick them up, he'll show up an hour early because the ballet studio is right next door to a comic book store. Oh shit, man, like that's a secret mission with the hat, the sunglasses, and the trench coat. Secret code names, like, come on, Mr. Brown, he's a Wolverine pole for the month. Oh, your mustache is slipping there, maybe get back. And then he gets mad, because like, sometimes, another one of the parents there an hour early. He has to report mission. That's a grown-up. He's a grown-up. He can't have him see him walk into a comic book store. That's against the rules. He's got a job, he's got a car, and he's got house payments. He's got 2.5 fences and white picket children. He's respectable. You can't be busted buying comic books. And he's like asking me about my lifestyle. He's like, you smoke grass, right? You mow the lawn. Is that what they're calling it nowadays? That's what we're going to fucking start calling it, bro. Thanks. But no matter how much I make fun of him, and he's heard all these jokes, he gets all his cool points back because he taught my nieces about professional wrestling. It's so awesome. They're 2 and 5 years old. It's daddy time. They bond every Monday. I was like, yeah, they punching dudes. Like, oh, look at that. So cute. And they have a game they play the whole time for like an hour and a half where they headbutt each other. And they have a warning. They yell, butt, like incoming, butt. Oh, look at that. So cute. And it's even better when my 86-year-old grandmother picks up my 2-year-old niece. Yeah, Grandma doesn't know the bell's rung. My 2-year-old niece, but everything the 2-year-old's got patches into an 86-year-old woman's face. Yeah, that's a lot with an 84-year age gap like that. My grandma's like juicing from her face, she falls in the chair. My whole family rushed to her rescue. She dropped my niece planted a landing and waddled off like a champ. Yeah. Best Christmas ever. Let's see. Alright. Remember the swearing thing? This is something else. I want to take a survey if anyone has any suggestions for the stupidest thing they've ever seen on the internet. I know there's a lot of it. Anything that pops out of your head. That's cool. I can beat it. I'm a professional. I have prepared material. I had a friend, and they posted like a sentence in a box. Like, who types it? Who would do that? But it's just like a picture of just words. And it said, a bad day of work is still better than a good day of unemployment. Okay, no it's not even a little bit. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Like, I get it, fine, okay. Being broke sucks. But unemployment is awesome. Have you tried it? It's the best. Like, take how comfortable pajamas are. You use them, right? I assume you're not a serial killer who sleeps in your clothes for work the next day. You know how comfortable pajamas are? Good. Multiply that by 24 hours. That's unemployment. I just felt bad. I bet my friend had never, her parents had never taught her how to have an imagination. Really? Grow up. Build a fort out of some couch cushions. Pretend you're a pirate and watch movies all day. Like an adult. You know how many samurai movies there are? All of them. Watch that till 4 in the morning. Tell me it's not a better use of your time than going to work that day. Sorry, I have opinions about work. Who would pick work over a day off work? Like, that's crazy. Sorry. I think that's an easier joke to tell when you work a half hour a day. Sorry, guys. I was hanging out with my roommate on our front porch, and he looks out the window, and he goes, oh, those fucking people in our neighborhood. Shit. He's got like the racist mud. There's 2 of them on a pair of bikes strolling by. He's got that racist mutter under his breath. Like, you know who it was? Mormons. A pair of Mormons rode down the street, the sons of bitches with the helmets and the ties and the bikes and the bikes and the ties and the helmets. They're the only group of people it's totally okay to lock your doors and close your curtains and call your friends like, are they still here? Are they gone?
Thank God.
Yeah. But like, they knocked on the door and I let them in. Like, it's fun for me. I enjoy those kinds of conversations. I went to college for philosophy. I majored in pointless conversations. They're fun for me. I brought them in, it's like, oh, nice to meet you, elders. Like, they're 22, but they go by elders, that's their title. I was like, yeah, have a glass of water. Because that was the only thing I had in my house I knew they were allowed to drink. And they gave me a copy of the Mormon Bible, and I took it. It's a free book. I told you to take it and read it. And I'm a good host. I gave them a book. They gave me the Mormon Bible. I gave them a copy of The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck. Yeah, I'm a good host. And here's the thing, even though that's a Nobel Prize winning book, I'm pretty sure since they're Mormon, they're still not allowed to read it. Like they're passing it around like it's porn, like, oh, you gotta read this, shh. There's people in China, wow. But after they left, like, yeah, come on back if you're thirsty. My friend who was watching the whole thing, she's like, if they come back, you have to be very clear that you're not actually interested in converting Mormonism. You're being way too nice to them. You can't mislead them like that. I was like, oh shit, is that a thing? Am I a cross tease now? I have to put some Mormons in the friend zone? Like, it's not you, it's me. I've got a really serious relationship with Satan going on right now, but we can still be buds.
Play basketball.
I don't worship Satan, but I think history's shown he's a really good guitar teacher. Really? No chance? Alright, whatever. I realized a little while ago, I don't think I should ever have kids. Because, I know, I'm happy to. Because I was talking to a friend of mine, she's a mother, she's got 2 kids, and she was telling me she was so excited because she got to sleep in until 9 a.m. that morning because it was her birthday. And I thought, if you're cheering about waking up at a time that pisses me off, I don't think I'm cut out for motherhood. Plus, like, I'm 31, but I just learned, did you guys know that you can walk away from assholes? Like, it's a thing you can do. You're hanging out with someone, and they're being a jerk, and they're bumming you out, you just walk away from them. That's an option. It's great. It keeps the mood upbeat, keeps their heart happy. It's a good trick. And I'm having so much fun with my new trick, I don't think I can stop doing it, even if it was my baby. This conversation's bumming me out, kid. I'm going to walk over here and work on myself. Thank you. Awesome. Last year, I forgot to get the tabs for the license plate on my car. I had to pay an $80 ticket. This year, I apparently didn't learn my lesson. I forgot to get my stickers kit. And I had to ride the bus for a week and a half while they came in the mail. And after riding the bus for a week and a half, I've learned my lesson. Saving money on the bus is way worse than paying $80. At one point, I'm riding on the bus, a couple stops, man gets on the bus with a screaming baby in a baby carriage. Fuck, it's not my car, there's nothing I can do about this, we're going to have to live with it. The guy got the baby to stop crying. He's a hero, that's amazing. You mean to tell me a stranger was embarrassed and considerate for other strangers' well-being on the bus and did something about it? That's spectacular. No one's considerate on the bus. People on the bus rap out loud themselves while jerking off to the beat coming out of their iPods. This guy is a hero. He's a unicorn who grants wishes. This human society experiment's going to be just fine. We're going to make it, you guys. Here's the one problem with what this guy did to get this baby to stop crying and start laughing. So apparently, what this baby finds hilarious is really racist Asian noises. Yeah, and this dude was not Asian, and he's going full 9 yards. Like, I'm buying down the top, and the baby's just, yeah. And yeah, I was freaked out too. But you know what? When that baby stopped screaming, I wanted to high-five him like just if you just screaming poop bomb. Because I don't think this was a racist guy. I don't think that's what we were dealing with. It's not like he was my uncle and we were in an Asian restaurant and he was referring to the waitress as ping pong, no matter how many times we screamed at him and stop doing that shit. That's awful. That's not what this guy was doing. What I think we saw was a grown man with his back against the wall, negotiating with an apparently racist eardrum terrorist in that baby carriage. He's got to do something. So I gave him a pass, and I hope you guys will too. I went to our And I went to the bathroom, and I went to the stall, and next to the toilet, they had a plunger, which I found disconcerting. It's like, how bad do you think this is going to go? That you're arming me for battle here. Like, if there's a plunger next to the toilet, they're giving you a message between the lines. And that message is, this toilet fails over half the time, and we stopped caring about it months ago. It's your problem now. If a restaurant has a plunger next to the toilet, that's a restaurant accepting a 2-star review. It's like, yeah, that's what food's going to do to you. Fucking strap in, we don't care. The only way I could have been more nervous is if somebody met me at the front door of the bathroom with the plunger. The path ahead is fraught with peril, warrior. Take this, it's dangerous to go alone. Awesome. Let me tell you guys something. Help you guys win Jeopardy with this one someday. You know how for each person, for each finger, our fingerprints are different? The same thing is true for your tongues. Everyone has different tongue prints, different bumps and lines and cracks and valleys like that. Yeah, you're right. That is gross. I can feel you pulling back on me. That's fair. Here's what's worse, is that I learned that fact when I was in 4th grade. And what I did with that information is I drew all my classmates' tongues in a notebook. And no one took that as a warning sign. I had 25 people in that notebook. I'm pretty sure I did the teacher too. That's creepy and gross. Luck that I got bored with it. I need that shit following me into adulthood. Where's Phil? I was in the break room with Lisa getting samples for his little serial killer human trophy notebook. Just call me Buffalo Phil. I know. It's important to end your jokes with a shitty pun, because every time I do, it adds a day to the end of my life. Because it steals a day of life from everyone in the audience. It groans your life force. Everybody get up for Joe right now. He's single-handedly taking care of all of you. Please tip him really well. He had to do the kids show beforehand. None of the customers and parents tipped him because their shitty kids are his fault, obviously. So please make it up for those people.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Joe. You do the Lord's work. Ben, how much time have I hit so far?
You're at 22.
Thank you. I was watching a reality TV show. They were following around some rednecks with TV cameras. Because why wouldn't you? Rednecks are magical people. They're the best for reasons such as this. They go fishing to eat for food, just like all God's people do. But they don't use a rod to reel, bait, and tackle. Oh no, no time for that shit. They go fish noodling. It's where you walk out into the lagoon, find the hole where there's a catfish, jam your arm in the hole. The catfish eats your whole arm. Exactly as planned. Of course it would. Why would he? Just got punched in the face of his front door. Of course it's angry. You yank the catfish out. Ha-ha! Fish it! Got him right where I want him. They call it fish noodling? It should be called fishting. Awesome. Right? I know I'm going to live forever. It's great. The house got robbed a couple of weeks ago, which sucked. They got 2 laptops, a digital camera, and the Netflix box. You'd call it a PlayStation 3. But I think you're only allowed to use that name if you actually own any video games to go with it. It's not how our house rolls. And I know they had to have been teenagers because they left my CD collection completely untouched. Like they didn't know there were music circles that were worth money. What is it, a fucking shiny Kolas collection? And after it happened, it was like, fuck, I'm gonna call the cops. It was just an extra bummer. Nobody likes calling the cops. It's not fun for anybody. It's like, hey, having a bad day? Get some cops over. Get some strange shit in the house with guns. I'm throwing your shit around and ask you questions like it's your fault. Then I thought about it and I realized that I couldn't call the cops. And once in a while, that way a rhetorical question. My house, 4 comedians. How many drugs do you think are in my house? We have a bomb so big you can jack a car if you change a tire with it. It's not good. It's great.
Where do you live?
Unless we need. I'm not fucking telling you, cop. Narc. Funniest part was that after it happened, I Like I cased my house, trying to find footprints or bloody gloves or semen. I didn't find anything. CSI in my house. I mean, standing on the front of my house, front door, smoking a cigarette, watching traffic go by, staring off in the distance, trying to like deal with it, come back together. House got robbed, chain smoking left and right. My roommate got a phone call a couple hours later from our neighbor across the street, and he said that he had seen a shady-looking dude stand in front of our house smoking a cigarette. He had an unkempt mustache, which I did at the time, that's fair. He had a big purple winter jacket, so I think he was kind of fat, which is not fair. And I feel really bad saying this, and don't quote me on it, but he might have been Hispanic. Not Hispanic, Greek, European, Mexican, whatever. You think he'd be the Spanish? No. The worst part about the whole thing was that I did the math. My roommate left for work at 9:30. I woke up at 2 as my day off. I was in the house when he was getting robbed. Holy shit. Like, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Like, oh, I got 4 roommates. It must be somebody. It was fucking somebody, all right? They were on the other side of the wall, man. Like, oh my God, you're terrified. You're never safe in your own house. Plus, you're really disappointed because you missed the chance to live in an action movie. Because when you have an argument with a person with words, you come up with the best comeback ever, like an hour later. It doesn't do you any good, right? My house got robbed. I come into fantastic situations. Well, I would have kicked all their asses. Yeah, that would have happened. So I sleep naked. So no one's surprised that I'm on that. And I throw a plastic chair at the first dude, break his neck on contact, then do a flying dragon kick to the face off the second dude off the staircase. Then to get the didgeridoo in the living room and beat them both unconscious until the police show up my justice basket for fighting crime. Which is not what would have happened. I would have shit pants I wasn't wearing if they actually found me. But for like 4 hours, my brain's like, yeah, fucking die hard 7. Then you stab me in the throat with your dick. Awesome. Just a few more things. Keep going. Keep the show rolling after me. Sorry. My pants don't fit because I lost a lot of weight. Because I'm broke. Woo! Who needs 3 meals every day? I make just enough money to afford smokes and cigarettes. Good job, class. A+, paying attention. I know the first part of that joke's kind of a bummer. Don't worry, you guys. First time I told this joke, someone in the audience took pity on me and immediately took me out and bought me a sandwich after the show. That's called positive reinforcement. I'm always telling this joke from now on.
You want some fries?
Yes. You've been paying attention. But it's really annoying, like my pants sag and I can't run. And I was standing out in front of a bar on the sidewalk, like frustrated at my pants. I'm like, God damn, it's like 2.5 inches. And this dude across the street goes, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you yelling at me for? I was like, oh, he thought I was checking out my dick. Just standing on the sidewalk, pep talking my penis. Friday night, little buddy, we're gonna do it, let's go. So apparently I'm the only person in the world who like lose weight and get healthy. I'm like more like a crazy homeless person. Hey, did you guys know that if you just change the shirt you're wearing every day, other people will just assume you changed all the rest of your clothes too? Alright, one last thing. It's my favorite story. Try next time. Save those quarters, man. There's children in Africa. But this story is the happiest I've ever been to be an American citizen. But I was in Greece, staying in a hostel. You know, like a cheap hotel, 20-somethings that can't afford a great place to stay. That's where I was. And I'm about to do a really shitty British impression for you. But I was talking to William, the owner of the hostel I was staying in. He says, right, I've been doing this job 9 years. I know how everyone's going to act once they tell me what country they came here from. Someone says they're from France, they're going to act exactly like every other French person that's walked through that door. I know what they're going to want, I know what they're going to ask for, I know how to handle them. Spanish people are different than French, but all Spanish people are exactly the same. I know what they're going to want, I know what they're going to ask for, I know how to handle them. Russian, Australian, German, Greek, Italian, doesn't matter. I can predict every person from every country once they tell me where they came from. Except Americans. I have no fucking idea what to do with them. Each one's different from the last. They're a total goddamn shot in the dark. They confuse me every fucking day. It makes me so happy. I love that story, because like, I travel around and meet a lot of people, and I always remember the story around election year because there's so many things that we can fight about and stuff, and I really hate it. But There's one thing that we as a nation, as a people, can come together and do as one, and that is confuse the fuck out of every other country that is out there, you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming up. We're fine. You guys are going to love it. See you guys later.